see y'all as the competition, but if you go against me, you the opposition. But if you wanna test to look like you can close the distance, I'ma give it A forever since you're so persistent. With you, I'm just practicing, cause I'm back to back, let's get back to winning. As a matter of fact, I'm not that forgiving, cause you did this to yourself, that's a bad decision. I don't see no one in front of me, you is a ghost, you ain't got a soul. Whoa, always say that they gon' come for me when they won't, they doing the most. Whoa, chasing my, gotta get already, not selling my, you on the, y'all moving, ready to, whoa.
I'm the main event, ain't no back before, let's get it. Heartless energy, yeah, better get lost, I'll get with it. Ain't nobody in front of me, ain't nobody in front of me, ain't nobody in front of me, ain't nobody in front of me. You can try to prove me wrong and try to give respect, but who we looking for if there was no one left? Ain't nobody in front of me, ain't nobody in front of me, ain't nobody in front of me, ain't nobody in front of me.
This my game won't stop, no, I can't fit in your box, whoa, that's the Marlin shop.
Hard-hitting baseball action. We're here in Shelby, Ohio, watching the Shelby Whippets take on the Madison Rams. We've got a great one coming your way. We've got the Mohican Adventures pregame show coming up next. Looking for your baseball or softball fix? Well, you've come to the right place. Join me every Wednesday night during the regular season for the best plays, conference updates, schedules, and so much more on the Roundup with me, Big League.
Visit the Ivory Bean Coffee House in downtown Shelby, where it's coffee by day with coffee flights, boba teas, and with over 25 sugar-free options, plus desserts, breakfast, lunch sandwiches, and now serving alcoholic beverages. On the Rocks Tapas by night with that big city experience but small town feel, featuring our premium filet steak cooked to perfection on a 700-degree volcanic stone. There's also ahi tuna steaks and grilled portobello mushroom as a vegetarian option. Enjoy the shareables, delicious homemade bread and butter boards, smoked drummies, and Mexican street corn. Check out our impressive bourbon collection. Featured drink is the Old Smoky. Bourbon lovers will appreciate the allocated high-end bourbon flights. We make many specialty drinks and cocktails, including Rockin' Raspberry and the Whiskey Mule. Reservations are optional. Just go to ontherockstapas.com. Book a private event for your staff or your family at the Ivory Bean Coffee House by day, on the Rocks by night, 44 East Main Street, downtown Shelby.
Are you looking for a solid career? job security, great pay, and rapid advancement, an important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow. Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Bryce Coder with the OH Report, coming to you live from Shelby, Ohio with the Mohican Adventures pregame show. First, we're going to take a look at Madison Rams.
And if they hit me, they gotta get text. I'm making hit after hit after hit, and I promise you, boy, every one of us slack. Hop on a verse and I body it quick. They never work, and it's why we don't mix.
We're going to take a look at the Rams team spotlight. First off, they're batting .288 on the season, but don't let that fool you. They've got a .355 on-base percentage, 102 RBIs, and 33 stolen bases. So when they're getting on, they are taking advantage of those opportunities. On the pitching end, they're pitching a .443 ERA with a 1.933 WHIP and a .304 batting average again. So they're holding their own on that front. 4 strikeouts per 7 innings. Next, we're going to take a look at Madison Rams player spotlight. For a player spotlight, we're looking at Ethan Glasgow with the batting average of 194. He's also got that on-base percentage to make up for it, a .394, getting on base almost a majority of the time, and a 3.24 ERA, leading this team with 24 strikeouts as well. So we're going to look at the Madison Rams' keys to victory. And you want hits, not walks. We saw that batting average down in the lower end of things, but you are getting on base, forcing things. As you get further and further into this tournament, those opportunities aren't going to come as often. Those pitches are going to get harder and harder to lay off. So you have got to put the ball in play and get the hits you need. And you need tight defensive shifts. Get in 1, 2, 3 as often as you can. Quick pitching, quick defense is going to win you this game. Now we're going to take a look at Madison's lineups. We've got David Yockey, Sean Caines Jr. at second base, Owen Morrow in the outfield, Grady Spurlock, Damian Stapleton, E.J. Fox, Cameron Kuhn, Liam Stone, Gavin Cates, Bryce Braden, Zach Glasgow, Ethan Glasgow, Wyatt Rivers, Jacob Lewis, and Ryan Lunsford. Next, we're going to take a look at Shelby's team spotlight.
as a team. They're batting .304 with a .415 OBP, so very similar in that regard in terms of on-base percentage, and a .368 slugging. In terms of extra bases, they've got 33 doubles as a team, 2 home runs, and 120 RBIs. So once they're getting on base, they're getting the hits to hit those runners in. Now we're going to take a look at Shelby's player spotlight. And of course, we're looking at Nick Eister. He's batting .385 on the season, almost 400, and almost a .500 OBP, .489. In terms of RBIs, he's the team leader with 17, and they're walking them when they get the chance. 16 base on balls on the season. So let's take a look at Shelby's lineup. We're going to take a look at the keys to victory. For Shelby, it's going to be outpace the pitchers. It doesn't matter how far you're hitting them, as long as you're getting those consistent hits, one after the other, base hits here and there. It's going to wear down these pitchers, and you're going to get exactly what you want, and that's runs later in this game. And you're going to use this home momentum, even though it's a neutral field. Technically, this is your home territory. You know this better than anyone. You have more fans here considering the drive, so use that to your advantage every chance you get. You've got the momentum at your back. Run with it. Now we're going to take a look at Shelby's lineup. We've got Brock Fisher, Tanner Hartz, Maverick Noel, James Mahon, Brody Baker, Carson Homan, Landon Kennard, Camden Wheeler, Nick Eister, Isaiah Beck, John Mahon, Alex Bruce-Gotter, Hayden Faith, Cole Dorsey, Camden Dorsey, Garrett Sipe, Quentin Albert, and Travis Sloan. We're joining you for the very first pitch of this ball game. The first pitch is swung on and fouled off. This is Owen Morrow, the right fielder. He's got a .366 OBP this season. He loves the great outdoors, loves hiking, fishing, and hunting. So the second pitch is low, 1-1 the count. Another pitch out of the windup. That one's low in the dirt as well, 2-1. This is Landon Kennard on the mound for the Whippets. So the 2-1 is a called strike. He shakes 2 off, likes 1, throws it. This one's high. So the count will be full now. The 3-2 is a half swing, just barely fouled off towards the first base dugout. So we'll reset at 3-2. Seven RBIs for Morrow as the leadoff hitter. That one swung right through and missed for a strikeout. 1 out on the inning. So this is going to bring up Gavin Cates.
Now batting number 6, a shortstop, Gavin Cates.
Cates batting .278 this season. .409 on base percentage. He has 2 doubles. That one's in for a strike. 0-1. That one's high. All even at 1. The 1-1. Swung right through and missed. High pitch, he went for it. 1-2. So Kennard going for his second strikeout in a row. This one hit high to the right field side. Right fielder tracking it to his right and back, and he's able to get under it for the second out of this inning. Did have to run a bit to it, but a fairly routine play over and right. It's going to bring up Ethan Glasgow, the third baseman. So the three-hitter, Kennard trying to go 1-2-3. This one hit to the shortstop on the ground, flips it over to first in the dirt, but first baseman able to pick it for the third out of this inning, so they will go 1-2-3. Whippets up to bat next. You're watching high school baseball live and free on the OH Report.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Get on the right track with me, Hayden Gray, as I pass you the baton for local track and field meets, results, impact teams, athlete profiles, and more every Thursday this spring.
Bryce Coder with the OH Report, coming to you live with some high school baseball action. We're watching the Whippets and the Rams face this one off. We just watched a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the first by Landon Kennard. He threw a strikeout, a fly out to right field, and then a ground out from shortstop to first base. But we will get a chance to see Liam Stone up to bat now as the Whippets get their first opportunity offensively. This is Nick Eister, the third baseman, our player spotlight, coming up to bat. Batting at .385 on the season and .489. That one's a low pitch, a slow one, swung on and missed out in front. So 0-1. This one is low, but not swung on this time. So we're all even at 1. Stone's 1-1. It's also low, 2-1. Two-one out of the windup. Is in the zone for strike 2. So third baseman playing in, first baseman playing out. That one's low and outside, so the count is full. You saw this in the last half inning, the count going full. That one ended in a strikeout. This one hit to right center field, right fielder tracking it. He's able to get under it, moving to his right. Covering about 25 feet there to make the catch.
Batting for the Whippets, catcher Tanner Hart.
So bring up Tanner Hart, the catcher. Batting .207 on the season, but a .397 on base percentage. So Stone able to get out of that first full count. The first pitch to Hart's is low for a ball. The 1-0, it's also low. So the 2-0 is hit towards the third base side, third base dugout foul. So that'll be the first strike of this count. This one is hit between his legs, foul. So 2-2 the count. Stone falling behind in a couple of counts, but doing a good job of working his way back into them. The 2-2. He's swinging out in front of that one, hits his shortstop, moving to his left. A good athletic grab, flips it over to first base. It's a one-hop. First baseman not able to bring it down. So we will see how they rule that one. But there will be a runner on first.
Designated hitter number 24, Eli Schwemley.
Eli Schwemley designated hitting for Camden Dursey, the second baseman. Now with the runner on first, runner gets his lead. He's got that sliding glove on. You know it's on his mind. First one, he's way out in front. They're not adjusted to the slower pace of these pitches. Pickoff move over to first, not in time. Able to get back with a dive, but no tag down. So Stone out of the stretch, checks the runner, kicks and deals. That one outside, says the umpire. 1-1. Middle infielders at double play depth. They'd love one of those to get them out of this inning. But for now, the 1-1 is high. 2-1. So we'll see if there's movement on this hitter's count. 2-1, no movement. That one's low and outside. 3-1 the count. So the lead over at first, 1 out. 3-1. Outside for ball 4. So we'll have a runner on first and second now.
Now up number 8, the center fielder, Camden Wheeler.
So bring up Camden Wheeler, the center fielder. Wheeler batting .380 on the season with 13 RBIs. With a runner in scoring position, this is not a position that's unfamiliar to him. So that pitch high for ball 1. With a runner on first and second and 1 out, the infield fly rule is in effect. 1-0 is a ball. 2-0. So a premium hitters count, 2-0. This one is hit hard, but out in front, down the third base side, foul. Just another half second. Not likely would have scored both of them, but instead, it's the first strike of this count. And it hits Wheeler. So with only 1 out, the bases are full.
Now batting number 12, the shortstop, Alex Prescotter.
Alex Prescotter up to bat. Shortstop, 273 batting average, 10 RBIs. So all runners getting their leads, but nobody holding them on. Stone still out of the stretch. That one's low and outside for a ball. Now 1-0. Falling behind in this count again. That one a called strike on the high inside corner. So all even at 1 gives Stone a bit more flexibility. 1-1. That one's low and in the dirt. Catcher doing a good job of getting down and blocking that one. But all the same, it's 2-1. Bryce Coder trying to give them the advantage early in this one. This one is also hit hard, but fouled on the third base side by about 10 feet. A close one. That one hurts, as now that's 2 strikes. A 2-2 count. This is exactly what Stone needed, an opportunity to get a big out, and this one is hit high to the right center gap. Right fielder tracking it, picks it up. Sacrifice fly will work, as a run is going to score. We'll have runners at the corners as Bryce Coder gets the RBI sac fly.
Up the bat is the left fielder, number 4, James Mahan.
James Mahan up to bat. So James Mahan up to bat, the left fielder. That one's low and in the dirt. Runner at first decides not to, so 1-0. So the 1-0 out of the stretch. Runner still holding up, but this one's by the catcher, so 1 run may score on that long backstop, and he is able to get underneath it for the second run of this inning. The runner moves over to second base. So 2-0, the Shelby Whippets leading this one over Madison. And a brief meeting at the mound. Mahan, the left fielder, still up to bat. .339 batting average on the season, .427 on base percentage. Definitely has the ability to make a big impact and drive in that third run from second base. This one's hit to the third baseman on the ground, thrown over to first, and this one will get the second out of this inning, but the defense thinks it's a third out of this inning, so the run will score all the way from second. And I believe so that so the Whippets, I believe, making the mistake here in the long inning. The base runner is running all around the base paths, but on my score sheet, I have so Shelby was correct. However, I'm not sure this is correct. On my score sheet, I have Nick Eister flying out to the right fielder at first up to bat, and then I have Bryce Coder with the sacrifice fly RBI. So that should have been the third out of this inning. Oh, okay. The umpire is saying that the first baseman pulled his foot. And we'll see that again. So a bang-bang play, a judgment call. So they will not count the out over at first. So that'll be the third run of this bottom half of the inning. and some more discussion happening. All right, so a confusing one.
Batting for the Whippets, the pitcher number 7, Landon Kennard.
So after an E3, Landon Kennard, the pitcher, is going to come up to bat. Our first pitcher versus pitcher duel of the evening. Runner on first and third. 1 out. 2 outs, I'm sorry. That one swung on and missed. 0-1 the count. So the 0-1 is hit to the gap in between the shortstop and the third baseman, so that's going to score 1. The runner from first is going to try for third, but it's going to get cut off. Throw down to second as the runner advances second. That's going to be an RBI double for Landon Kennard. Pitcher helping himself out there with a double, moves the runner over to third, and he'll be at second now. So 4-0.
21, the first baseman, Quentin Albert.
So Quentin Albert up to bat. So that one in for a ball. 1-0 to Albert. This one's hit high in the infield. Shortstop backing up to track this one. Center fielder behind him, but he's able to pull it in for the third out of this inning. So damage done as Shelby's leading this one over the Madison Rams. 3-0. Bryce Coder with the OH Report coming to you live for Tapa 2. Interesting one so far. A confusing one, but we've got things straightened out now. Shelby Whippets leading this one 3-0 over the Madison Rams. This first pitch to Cameron Kuhn is fouled off towards first base dugout. 0-1. So 2 hits, 2 walks, 3 runs, and 2 left on base with 1 error in the top or the bottom half of that inning. That's in for a ball low. The 1-1 is hit weakly to the center gap right over the second base. Lands between the 3 fielders. So Cameron Kuhn will have himself a base hit as they attempt to get back some of these runs.
First baseman, number 22, Ryan Lunsford.
Ryan Lunsford, the first baseman, up to bat now. First time we're seeing him tonight. .356 batting average. He's joining a carpentry union after high school. Good tradesmen. We need more of those. So first pitch to Lunsford is outside and past the catcher, so the runner is going to be on the move on the pass ball over at second base. That one just slipped by the catcher on the outside pitch. Kuhn able to advance over to second. Now out of the stretch. This one, he's way out in front, but he hits it right into the gap, and this is likely going to score the run all the way from second. There's going to be a play at the plate, though. Catcher has trouble with it, so the runner gets in. The hitter is going to advance all the way to second base on that one. So Madison is able to get back one of those runs. It's going to bring up Zach Glasgow, the second baseman. Zach was accepted to the Business Professionals of America competition in California, a big honor. That pitch is in for a strike. Good fastball. Landon Mahomes. Landon Kennard still on the mound. Lead over at second. That one's fouled off behind. 0-1. So now out of the stretch, checks the runner, taking a big long look over at second. Throws it high and it's fouled off again in the same spot. 0-2. Nobody out, already a run scored and a runner over in scoring position off a couple of really good hits. Shortstop creeping behind the runner, but the throw is hit weakly right into that gap again like we saw earlier, and the runner from second is going to try over to third, and there's a play down. So a hook slide over at third, and the momentum pulls him away from the bag. When his fingertips left the bag, the third baseman tagged down. We'll see this again. And so a close one, but he slides too far. Umpire in the perfect position to catch that. So Glasgow is going to be credited with a hit and a base running error over at third. This one's hit high over the first base side. First baseman trying to track it in foul territory. He is able to, moving away from his body and to his right. He pulls it down. It's Quentin Albert with a beautiful catch. Liam Stone up to bat. We're getting a look at this pitcher versus pitcher battle. Earlier we saw Kennard get that RBI double. Let's see what Stone can do with this chance. Man over at first. He's late on that one. Hits it off behind. So strike one. That one hit off to the third base side. Stone's favorite baseball player is Shane Bieber. He's got a .279 on-base percentage, 200 batting average. This one, he check swings at it, says he holds back, but it's a pass ball, so the runner's going to move over to second. So the 1-2 count. Runner over at second. Shortstop creeping out of the stretch. Checks the runner. Kicks and deals the payoff pitch. He's way out in front, but the catcher having trouble with it as it's in the dirt. So this is going to be a drop third strike. So credited with the strikeout
Now batting the center fielder, number 2, David
He will reach
Yockey.
first all the same. So David Yockey up to bat, the center fielder. That one just misses the strike zone for a ball. So 2 outs, runner on first and third. And the 1-0 is low and in the dirt. So 2-0 the count. So a superb first inning we saw from Landon Kennard. This one's struggling a bit more. He's missing low, and the catcher having trouble with it. Checks around over at first, 2-0. 3-0 now. So the pressure is looming now. This is the 9 batter. So top of the order coming up. 3-0. This one's hit, but third base coach doing a dance to get out of the way of that foul ball. 3-1. So a couple of hits earlier in this inning drove in one for Madison. 3-1. That one swung on and missed. So after going down 3-0, Kennard's going to work his way back full. We'll see if the runners are on the move for this one. Runner at second's on the move. Hit high in the infield. Middle infielder's tracking it. Shortstop calls off second baseman, collects it for the 3rd out of this inning, so able to limit the damage done. Shelby still leading this one over Madison 3-1.
Visit the Ivory Bean Coffee House in downtown Shelby, where it's coffee by day with coffee flights, boba teas, and with over 25 sugar-free options, plus desserts, breakfast, lunch sandwiches, and now serving alcoholic beverages. On the Rocks Tapas by night with that big city experience but small town feel, featuring our premium filet steak cooked to perfection on a 700-degree volcanic stone. There's also ahi tuna steaks and grilled portobello mushroom as a vegetarian option. Enjoy the shareables, delicious homemade bread and butter boards, smoked drummies, and Mexican street corn. Check out our impressive bourbon collection. Featured drink is the Old Smoky. Bourbon lovers will appreciate the allocated high-end bourbon flights. We make many specialty drinks and cocktails, including Rockin' Raspberry and the Whiskey Mule. Reservations are optional. Just go to ontherockstapas.com. Book a private event for your staff or your family at the Ivory Bean Coffee House by day, on the Rocks by night, 44 East Main Street, downtown Shelby.
Looking for the best defensive plays on the baseball field and the softball diamond? Well, join me, Big League Berardi, for Diamond Cuts exclusively on the Roundup.
Bryce Coder with the OH Report, coming to you live for bottom of 2 now. Shelby leading this one over Madison Comprehensive Rams 3-1. Rams able to get back one of the runs they lost. This one from Holman, hit to the third baseman. He takes a hop to collect. A throw over to first gets him for the first out of this inning.
Now batting the third baseman, number 9, Nick Eisler.
So top of the order now for the Whippets. Nick Eister up to bat, flew out to the right fielder earlier in this inning. Earlier in the last inning. That one a called strike. So 0-1 the count to Eister. 385 batting average. This one hit to the shortstop, a blooper. Shortstop runs to his left, gets under it for the second out.
The catcher, number 2, Tanner Hartz.
So Tanner Hart's up to bat. So far, a 3-pitch inning for Liam Stone after putting up a lot of innings in the first. First pitch to Hartz is high and outside for a ball. So Stone out of the windup, the 1-0. It's outside, 2-0 the count. Hitters count 2-0. I'm on a called strike, 2-1 the count. This at bat as long as the first two put together. Only 6 pitches so far. 2 quick outs. This one hit out in front on the ground to the pitcher. He collects it, throws it over to first. A close play, tough for the first baseman, but that's going to be the third out of this inning. A routine one. Shelby leading this one 3-1 over Madison. You're watching high school baseball live and free on the OH Report.
Get on the right track every Thursday with me, Hayden Gray, and the only place you can catch me is right here on the OH Report. You're enjoying live and free high school baseball right here on the OH Report.
Bryce Coder with the OH Report coming to you live from Shelby, Ohio. We've got a good one here, 3-1. It looked like it was going to be a runaway victory for the Whippets, but Madison Rams able to put up a great fight, pick up a run, and then get a quick 1-2-3 inning of their own. It's going to bring up Eli Schwemley. No, I apologize. Up to bat is Owen Morrow. Morrow struck out, top of the order here, first time up. With the throw down to second, we're getting ready to play baseball.
Leading off for the Rams, the right fielder, number 4, Owen Morrow.
So Morrow up to bat. That .366 on base percentage. Crafty in how he's able to get on. The first pitch from Kennard is hit to the shortstop. Backhand fields it, thrown over to first for the first out of this inning. So we saw this in the last half inning. Some first pitch hitting gets the first out of the inning. It's going to bring up Gavin Cates. Cates hasn't taken a high school class in 2 years because he's been taking exclusively college classes. Get that. Cates flew out to the right fielder earlier. This will be strike 2 early on. Kennard looking for a quick inning of his own. This one's high and outside. 1-2. So the 1-2 is low. Cates thought about it, ultimately decided not to. So 2-2 will be the count. I'll even it 2. Strike 3, looking pretty close to the middle of the zone there. Gets him for the second out of this inning. Ethan Glasgow up to bat. Grounded out to the shortstop his first time up. He loves to shred the slopes and snow trails during the winter months. First pitch in for a strike. Folds his shoulders at it, but doesn't swing. 1-1 the count. So the 1-1 is hit high to the first base side. First baseman charging it, trying to get under it. It's a pitcher who will end up fielding it for the third out of this inning. So a quick inning. Shelby's leading this one over Madison. You're watching high school baseball live and free on the OH Report.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Get on the right track with me, Hayden Gray, as I pass you the baton for local track and field meets, results, impact teams, athlete profiles, and more every Thursday this spring.
Bryce Coder with the OH Report. Come back to you live now. We'd like to take a second to thank our sponsors for allowing us to be live and free always on the Rocks Tapas. Stop in tonight after the game in downtown Shelby for live music featuring Blake Roberts and Macy Rawl. Sutton Bank, earn the cash reward of your choice doing simple activities with Casasa. Mohican Adventures, enjoy the best there is in Ohio family vacationing at Mohican Adventures. We offer river trips, an aerial adventure park, mini golf, go-karts, as well as a full-service campground and cabin rentals. Carothers Pest Control. Got pests? Call the best. Charter Next Gen. Everyone is working for your best interest at Access Credit Union. Your local choice for all your financial needs. We're joining you back in a 1-2 count. Schwimley up to bat. Schwimley walked earlier in this game. This one hits him. That's the second batter that Stones hit this game.
Next batter is the center fielder, number 8, Camden Wheeler.
Camden Wheeler up to bat now. The center fielder, Wheeler, was hit by a pitch in the first inning. He has that .380 batting average, 13 RBIs. This one is a slow pitch outside for a ball. So Shelby leading this one 1-3. Runner over on first. The 1-0. Inside, able to dodge it this time. 2-0. So Stone checks the runner, lead over at first about 6 feet. This one is way out in front, third base side, foul. So the first strike of this at bat. Whippets looking to stretch this lead on their home turf. 2-1 is hit on the ground of the third baseman. 2 hops thrown over to second. They're going to try for the double play, not in time over at first. So it will be a fielder's choice for Camden Wheeler.
Stop, number 12, Alex Prescotter.
So Prescotter with the sacrifice fly RBI earlier in this game. So we'll have a runner over at first, 1 out. The first pitch is hit high to the center fielder, charging it. He's under it, able to catch it. First baseman will return, or runner at first will return.
The left fielder, number 4, James Mahan.
Now James Mahan, this is his opportunity, reached on an error over at first. That was that confusing play where the first baseman pulled his foot on the third out and allowed the runner to score. So a pitch out, but runner not on the move, so that'll just be a ball. We have not seen very many steal opportunities tonight. Now the 1-0, he hits it right back to the pitcher. Pitcher can't come up with it. Short, the second baseman charges, running in. That's going to be an infield hit for James Mahan. So runner at first and second now, 1 out. Landon Kennard up to bat. He had that big RBI double. Looking to do that again for himself. Potentially push this lead to 5. So the first pitch is hit hard on the ground. The shortstop, he's just going to run right to third base and step on the bag for the 3rd out of the inning. So some damage inflicted, but no runs. So we'll come back to this one next. Bryce Coder with the OH Report coming to you live for top of 4. Shelby Whippets leading this one 3-1 over the Madison Rams. Have seen some life out of both teams so far. Both pitchers getting back into the groove of things after giving up a couple of runs from both sides. So Cameron Kuhn is going to come up to bat. Loves Legos. First one in for a strike. This one swung on and missed. So quickly going down 1-1 the count, I'm sorry. So all even at 1 now. This one's low and in the dirt, 2-1. Coon batting .262 on the season, .407 on base. Heading the count here, 2-1. Sorry, the scoreboard is mistaken. That'll be strike 3.
First baseman, number 22, Ryan Lunsford.
So Ryan Lunsford will come up to bat now. Lunsford had himself an RBI double earlier in this game. This one's hit weakly to the third base side. Third baseman charging hard, barehanded collection, but throws it over to first, and it's over the first baseman's head. So regardless, that's likely going to be an infield hit as a tough play on both ends.
That's the second baseman, number 14, Zach Glasgow.
Now Zach Glasgow coming up to bat. So about a 4-foot lead over at first. First pitch to Glasgow, swung on and missed, chopped at it. Strike 1. So Kennard checks the runner. That lead getting bigger over there. The 0-1. It's high, 1-1. So 1-1, 1 out. Runner over at first. One's outside for a ball. Catcher moving away with that one. Now we'll see a 2-1. Now checking over his shoulder. Runner on the move. And a defensive swing from the batter. Accidentally makes contact. Runner was on the move for that one. Likely would have been a steal. Just kind of a half swing trying to get that ball away from his body, but we'll see a 2-2 now. So 2-2. Kicks and deals. Runner not on the move this time. Swung on and missed for strike 3, the second out of this inning.
The left fielder, number 3, Sean Keynes Jr.
That is Kennard's 5th strikeout of the evening. Sean Keynes Jr., the left fielder. The ball on the outside corner. Keynes has dreams of becoming a pro fisherman or a pro cornhole player. Some fun aspirations. The 1-0 is hit up the middle. It's going to be a base hit at least. Yes, and the center fielder will collect that. So a base hit for Keynes Jr. So we'll have runners over at first and second now with 2 outs.
Now batting, the pitcher, number 10, Liam Stone.
Liam Stone up to bat. The pitcher, he reached on that drop third strike that we saw earlier. So nobody covering any of the runners. The pitch to Stone is low and in the dirt, 1-0. Kennard, besides that one blemish, pitching a lights out game, only 3 hits so far. That one, a called strike on the outside part of the plate. 1-1. So second baseman creeps over, shortstop decides to a pitch out, a throw down to first base, a snapshot from the catcher. Nothing happening. So an interesting decision to pitch out for the throw down to first base. Runners get their leads. About 15 feet over at second, 10 over at first, but creeping further. 2-1 kicks and deals over the hitter's head, so that'll be 3-1. Kennard falling behind 3-1 with a runner in scoring position. The runs to equalize are on the bags. This one is hit over the first baseman's head. So they're going to advance the runner all the way from second. No, they're not. They're going to hold him up. So bases will be loaded now. RBI, no, just a base hit to load the bases from Liam Stone. David Yaki up to bat now. And Yaki flew out to the shortstop earlier. He forced that full count. Kennard still out of the stretch. First pitch to Yaki is in the dirt. Ball 1. So Kennard will dig in and take a breath. We're in a big spot. The tying run over at second. This one is hit over the pitcher's head, but shortstop collects it, throws it over to first for the third out of this inning. So Madison's going to strand 3, the runs they needed. That Shelby leads this one over the Madison Rams 3-1.
Visit the Ivory Bean Coffee House in downtown Shelby, where it's coffee by day with coffee flights, boba teas, and with over 25 sugar-free options, plus desserts, breakfast, lunch sandwiches, and now serving alcoholic beverages. On the Rocks Tapas by night with that big city experience but small town feel, featuring our premium filet steak cooked to perfection on a 700-degree volcanic stone. There's also ahi tuna steaks and grilled portobello mushroom as a vegetarian option. Enjoy the shareables, delicious homemade bread and butter boards, smoked drummies, and Mexican street corn. Check out our impressive bourbon collection. Featured drink is the Old Smoky. Bourbon lovers will appreciate the allocated high-end bourbon flights. We make many specialty drinks and cocktails, including Rockin' Raspberry and the Whiskey Mule. Reservations are optional. Just go to ontherockstapas.com. Book a private event for your staff or your family at the Ivory Bean Coffee House by day, on the Rocks by night, 44 East Main Street, downtown Shelby.
Looking for the best defensive plays on the baseball field and the softball diamond? Well, join me, Big League Berardi, for Diamond Cuts exclusively on the Roundup.
Coming to you live now for bottom of 4. Whippets leading this one 3-1. A chance last inning for the Rams to equalize, but nothing done. They strand 3 on base. This will be 2 strikes to Quentin Albert. First baseman flew out to the shortstop in the first inning. This one, a high pitch, but he swings at it and hit foul. Staying alive in this one, 0-2. Albert batting .264 on the season. That one's outside for a ball. Rams wanted that pitch. So the 1-2 is low, all even at 2 now. So nobody out. Stone with his payoff pitch. And he will get it. Swung on and missed for strike 3. It's going to bring up Carson Homan.
Now batting the right fielder, number 6, Carson Holman.
Homan with a .369 on base percentage this season. So the first pitch to Homan is hit hard in the air. Center fielder running with his back to home plate. This one is going to land as a ground rule double. It will take one hop over the wall. So some fantastic hitting by the nine hitter to get himself over to second base. One of the furthest hit balls we've seen all night. This is going to bring up Nick Eister, having a phenomenal season so far. But 0 for 2 tonight, 2 flyouts. But a 10 feet lead over at first. First pitch is high for a ball. Another chance for the Whippets to turn this lead to 4-1. Stone doing his best to prevent it. 0-1 pitch is hit up the middle. Second baseman, a diving effort, isn't going to get it, so the runner from second is going to come all the way home as Shelby leads this one 4-1 now on the RBI base hit from Nick Eister. Now Tanner Hart's up to bat, the catcher. Hart's had a single earlier in this game. Later grounded out to the pitcher. Big lead from Eister over at first. Stone checks the runner. Kicks and deals. Wants a pitch right down the middle for strike 1. Now Stone out of the stretch. Shakes one off. Kicks and deals. A pitch out, nothing doing. A throw down to first. Able to get his hand back in time on the dive. So we've seen a lot of pitch outs used tonight from Madison. 1 or 2 perhaps from Shelby. 1-2, 1 out runner on first. Fouled off behind. So Madison really cheating double play depth now. They're playing that second base sharply. Another pitch out and another throw down to first. So that runner obviously on Madison's mind, as that's the second pitch out of this at-bat. Tanner Hart's a long at-bat, 2-2 count. Thinks about swinging at it, but ultimately decides to turn his body as he thought it was going to hit him, and it was close. So working the count full now. Stone likely looking for something low in the zone. Runner's on the move, hit to the third baseman, decides to throw it just to first base. First baseman collects it on the hop. So we will have 2 outs. The runner does move over to second base.
Number 24, Eli Schwimley.
Now Eli Schwimley coming up to bat. Schwimley walked and was later hit by a pitch. Has not recorded an official at-bat today. This one is hit hard to the first base side into the outfield. Right fielder pushing it. Runner from second trying, and he will get there in time. First baseman having trouble with it, nobody covering. Runner at first thinks about attempting for second, but decides to hold up. So Shelby's going to lead this. They're going to extend this lead to 4 now as they're leading 5-1. That's an RBI base hit from Eli Schwimley. So 1 for 1 so far. We have a change in pitcher now for Madison. We're getting our first look here of the new pitcher for Madison. This is Gavin Cates. Cates, the smart one, doing all his college classes now. Saving himself that money. What a great idea, right? Well, the high school still pays for it. We'll see him on the mound. 2 outs, a runner on first. Not the worst imaginable scenario. That runner at first will belong to Stone if he does eventually come around to score. So now a 5-1 lead for Shelby. They risk running away with this one. After a barrage of hits in the first inning, we thought it was going to be a blowout, but Stone was able to hold his own. But now some more troubles is going to bring up a new pitcher. Now Camden Wheeler up to bat, the center fielder. This one a called strike on the outside corner. Wheeler not happy about that. Now Cates out of the stretch. That one's low, on the low inside corner for strike 2 now. So Cates with the payoff pitch early, trying to get himself out of this inning. Called strike 3 to get him out. So Shelby's going to lead this one 5-1 over the Madison Rams after picking up 2 here in the bottom of the 4th. We'll catch you for the top of the 5th next.
Get on the right track every Thursday with me, Hayden Gray, and the only place you can catch me is right here on the OH Report. You're enjoying live and free high school baseball right here on the OH Report.
Bryce Coder with the OH Report coming back to you live for top of 5. We just saw Shelby Whippets pick up a couple of runs here in bottom of 4. We saw a pitching change. Liam Stone was replaced by Gavin Cates. Stone pitched 6 hits, 3 walks, 5 runs. We'd like to thank our sponsors for allowing us to be live and free always on the Rocks Tapas, Sutton Bank, Mohican Adventures, Carothers Pet Control, Charter Next Gen. That first pitch is swung on and missed for a strike. That one also in for a strike now. Owen Morrow up to bat, the outdoorsman himself. This one on the outside corner. Catcher wanted it. Umpire says no. 1-2. Morrow struck out earlier in the ball game. Later grounded out to the shortstop. It's his third time batting at the top of the order this game. 1-2 count, swung on and missed for strike 3, his second strikeout of the game.
Coming up to bat, the pitcher, number 11, Gavin Cates.
That's Kennard's 6th strikeout of this ball game. Gavin Cates, the new pitcher, up to bat. Trying to get his team back into this, hopefully pick up the win for himself. That one's low and in the dirt for a ball. So 1 out now in the inning, nobody on. Cates with .278 batting average this year, .409 on base percentage. That one a called strike. So we're all even at 1. That one a called ball. Close. Umpire held up on that even a bit, but ultimately rules a ball. We're getting a look here. The Madison team. This one hit high in the infield. Foul. So now we're all even at 2. He's out in front of this one on the breaking pitch, but able to foul it off, gets himself another pitch. Still even at 2. We've got baseball highlights coming to you tonight. Elida versus Upper Sandusky, Belleville, Clear Fork, Lakota, and Crestview. OH report Twitter. That one a ball outside. All even at we're full count now. We'll also have softball highlights tomorrow. Number 1 Johnstown versus number 6 East Knox. Number 3 Danville versus number 4 Newark Catholic. That will be a walk. Gavin Cates, after going down, able to force that full count and eventually the walk.
Now batting the third baseman, number 15, Ethan Glasgow.
Now Glasgow up to bat, the 3-hitter. He grounded out to the shortstop his first time up. Later flew out to the third baseman. It's a pickoff move. Nothing doing. Able to get back with the dive. So the middle infielder is pushing that double play depth. Corner's playing out, first baseman covering over at first, but that lead is getting larger and larger over at first. The throw, and he hits it hard to center field. Center fielder takes about 4 steps back, and he's right under it. So a routine fly ball to center field will force the second out of the inning. Cameron Kuhn up to bat. He struck out and had a single in the second inning. Kuhn batting .262 on the season. So throw down to first. Nothing doing. Kuhn, the 4-hitter, looking to do what he was put on this lineup to do. Clean up. Another throw down to first. Back-to-back pickoff moves. No pitches thrown yet to Kuhn. First one is behind the catcher, so the runner's going to advance to second base as that one bounces off the backstop. Runner over at second thought, or was trying to catch the catcher and pitcher sleeping, potentially run to third. But he will hold up at second. So the 1-0 pitch to Kuhn. Now, nobody covering over at second. The throw is low and in the dirt. Threatens to get by the catcher again, but he does a good job of blocking that one. 2-0 the count. So 2-0, 2 outs, run over at second, a pickoff move over to second. So that extended leg lift really telegraphed that pickoff move. So we'll have a 2-0. This one is hit up the middle. Shortstop collects it, throws it over to first, gets the runner by about 3 steps as they're going to end this inning. Shelby leading this one over Madison Rams 5-1 going into bottom of 5. You're watching high school baseball live and free with the OH Report.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Get on the right track with me, Hayden Gray, as I pass you the baton for local track and field meets, results, impact teams, athlete profiles, and more every Thursday this spring.
Bryce Coder with the OH Report coming back to you live from bottom of 5 here. Bruce got her up to bat. Shortstop had the sacrifice RBI to kick things off for the Whippets. Leader flew out, leading things off here for the Whippets. This one low for a ball. So Cates out of the windup. First time we've seen that from him tonight. This one, a ball, 2-0. That was 2-0. It's a called strike on the bottom part of the zone. 2-1. The 2-1 is another called strike on the bottom part of that zone. 2-2. James Mahon in the on-deck circle. This one hit to the first baseman weakly on the ground, flipped over to the pitcher. So it will be a 3-1 ground out.
Batting for the Whippets, number 4, James Mahon.
James Mahon up to bat, reached on an error and later had a big hit. Mahon with a .339 batting average on the season. Playing left field for this Whippet squad. With 1 out. We'll see first pitch a ball above the hitter's head. So 1-0. Low and in the dirt. Right into the catcher's glove. 2-0. We're playing at fair depth here. This one hit high to shallow right. Right fielder pushing in on it. A running catch. He almost falls down, reeling it in. Managed to stay on his feet for the second out of this inning.
Next up is number 7, Landon Kennard.
Now Landon Kennard will come up to bat. Landon Kennard had that huge RBI double back in the first to extend the lead. Later grounded out to the third baseman. So Cates out of the windup, going on the outside corner for a strike. So we'll see an 0-1 pitch now. That one's high for a ball, 1-1. Hearing the energy out of this Madison squad as they try to get out of this inning and back on offense. That one high, falling behind in the count, 2-1 now. Both teams a solid season so far. Another one that's high, so 3-1 the count. They threatened to walk Kennard here. Cates is 3-1 to Kennard. Is hit hard past the shortstop into the outfield. Speedy center fielder probably saved an extra base hit there.
Now batting for the
Able to get in
Whippets,
front of it in
first
very
baseman,
short time.
21, Quentin Albert.
So Kennard gets himself a single. This brings up Quentin Albert. Albert struck out and flew out to the shortstop. 16 RBIs on the season. It's one behind the leader. I want a called ball. Checking the runner. Takes the pitch. That one fouled off the catcher's shin guards. So we will see a 1-1 pitch. And 2 outs, a runner on first. Runner's on the move. This one swung on foul. So the way the runner held up there, likely not have been moving. They likely might have been trying to force that throw over at first. So the 1-2 is swung on and missed for strike 3. And a drop third strike. They're going to throw it down to first for the third out of this inning. So no harm done. Shelby still leading this one 5-1. Russian High School Baseball live and free on the OH Report. Bryce Coder with the OH Report coming to you live for top of 6 now. Shelby leading this one 5-1. We're getting a look here at the D2 Fremont region. On 5:19 at Clear Fork. Clear Fork is taking on Bellevue or Mansfield Senior, the winner of that game. On 5:19 at Clyde, number 4 seeded Clyde is taking on Lexington or Vermilion. On 5:19 at Shelby, number 3 Shelby is taking on Willard Madison. That's happening right now. And then we will see Perkins in Ontario. So the first pitch in for a ball. This is Ryan Lunsford. Lunsford hits it hard. Shortstop having trouble with that one. It gets into shallow center field. Center fielder collects it. So that will likely just be a base hit. No error. There's very little chance of catching up with that one. So Zach Glasgow now, second baseman. Struck out earlier in the 4th. This one a called strike. So lead over there at first now. Off to the edge of that grass. This one hit to the shortstop. Could be a double play. Over to second, to first. Gets him by a step, so it will be a double play. Whippets able to turn a quick one. And that was as seamless as they get. Hit right to him. Flips it over to first, 6-4-3. Moving away from his body. And just a perfect throw over to first. Gets him by a step. That's as good as they get. First pitch in for a ball. This is Sean Keynes Jr. Had a single his last time up at bat. That one in for a strike. So all even at 1 now. And 2 outs already. This pitch is high, 2-1. So Madison running out of chances to get back this 4-run deficit, but this will help as a ball is hit into the gap. Center fielder with his back to home plate chasing it. This is going to be extra bases, a double, if not a triple. Runners on the move. And so throw from the cutoff is not going to be in time. That's going to be a standing triple for Sean Keynes Jr. And he was thinking 3 all the way off the bat. And a speedy center fielder tracking it down, but still not enough to prevent the triple. So we'll have a runner over at third now for Liam Stone. Liam Stone reached on that drop third strike and later reached on a single. So this one is hit to the second baseman. The run will not score over with the force at first. So a big hit on the triple, but nothing done. Shelby still leading this one 5-1 over Madison Rams.
Visit the Ivory Bean Coffee House in downtown Shelby, where it's coffee by day with coffee flights, boba teas, and with over 25 sugar-free options, plus desserts, breakfast, lunch sandwiches, and now serving alcoholic beverages. On the Rocks Tapas by night with that big city experience but small town feel, featuring our premium filet steak cooked to perfection on a 700-degree volcanic stone. There's also ahi tuna steaks and grilled portobello mushroom as a vegetarian option. Enjoy the shareables, delicious homemade bread and butter boards, smoked drummies, and Mexican street corn. Check out our impressive bourbon collection. Featured drink is the Old Smoky. Bourbon lovers will appreciate the allocated high-end bourbon flights. We make many specialty drinks and cocktails, including Rockin' Raspberry and the Whiskey Mule. Reservations are optional. Just go to ontherockstapas.com. Book a private event for your staff or your family at the Ivory Bean Coffee House by day, on the Rocks by night, 44 East Main Street, downtown Shelby.
Looking for the best defensive plays on the baseball field and the softball diamond? Well, join me, Big League Berardi, for Diamond Cuts exclusively on the Roundup.
Bryce Coder with the OH Report, coming back to you live now for bottom of 6. Shelby leading this one 5-1. The winner of this game is going to take on the winner of Sandusky Perkins in Ontario. Ontario is leading that one 3-1 in the 6th currently. The 1-0 is fouled off behind. 1-2. This is Carson Homan. Homan had that massive ground rule double, and he's going to have another hard hit ball to the shortstop. Eats him up a bit, but he throws it over to first. Umpire says he gets him. A very, very close play over at first, as Homan almost had himself an infield base hit. Yeah, and that was as close as they come. The umpire right on that one, though. So another one. That was a close one. Ball likely got into the glove before he stepped on that bag, but who can tell, especially at that speed. Called strike one. This is Nick Eister. Eister had that RBI single earlier in the game. So the next pitch to Eister is fouled off. Gavin Cates still on the mound for the Rams. The 0-2. This one's hit to the center fielder again, right at him, as he just takes a few steps back for a routine fly out to center field. Second out of this inning.
Now batting number 2, the catcher, Tanner Hartz.
Tanner Hart's up to bat. The catcher reached on a fielder's choice. Had a single and grounded out earlier, 1 for 3 on the day. This one's low and in the dirt. So the Whippets down to 1 out to extend this lead even further as they go into the last chance for Madison. That one's hit to the third base side. First base coach collects it foul. So we're all even at 1 now. Cates out of the windup, takes a breath, kicks and deals. I want a called strike on the bottom part of the plate. 1-2 the count now. And so 9-1-2 coming up for the Rams. Top half of the 7th. That one's a called ball. So now we're all even at 2. Cates just needs 1 more strike to get his team back to the hitting side. And this one out in front is hit to the second baseman on the ground. 2-hop slip over to first. Gets him by half a step for the 3rd out of the inning. So Madison, 1 more opportunity to equalize this game or better. Going to the top of the 7th coming up next.
Get on the right track every Thursday with me, Hayden Gray, and the only place you can catch me is right here on the OH Report. You're enjoying live and free high school baseball right here on the OH Report.
Bryce Coder with the OH Report coming back to you live here in Shelby, Ohio at Shelby High School. Shelby Whippets leading this one over the Madison Rams 5-1. The Rams, their last opportunity here to equalize this game and give themselves a chance to advance on to that game. The winner of Ontario versus Sandusky-Perkins. Sandusky-Perkins trailing in that one 3-1. First pitch swung on and missed by David Yaki, the center fielder. Yaki grounded out to the shortstop and flew out to the shortstop earlier on in this game. So this one, another strike swung on. So 9-1-2 in this batting order. If you can get on, the chances may still be alive for Madison. This one's high for a ball. 1-2 the count. Kennard, a well-pitched game so far. 8 hits, but only 1 run, only 1 walk. So going for this complete game quality start at that. The 2-2 is low. 3-2 the count. So perhaps the Rams can keep this one alive. The 3-2 is swung on and missed for strike 3.
Next up for the Rams, the right fielder, number 4, Owen Morrow.
7th strikeout on the evening for Kennard. It's going to bring up Owen Morrow. He struck out twice, grounded out. So the 1-0 is swung on and missed. 1-1 the count now. Just 2 more outs for the Rams. So the 1-1 is high. 2-1. 2-1 count is hit, popped up. Catcher trying to get to it. Pitcher will field it. That will be the 2nd out of the inning. Rams down to their final out.
Batting for the Rams, the pitcher, number 11, Gavin Cates.
Gavin Cates up to bat now. Flew out to the right fielder. His first at bat struck out and later walked in the 5th. They desperately need a 2-out rally. So the first pitch, it's a called strike on the inside part of the plate. So the 0-1, another called strike. So the Rams are down to their final strike of this ball game. That one fouled off. It gets the catcher in between the legs. He's going to walk that one off. As a catcher, I can tell you from experience, you get hit everywhere where you don't have padding. So we'll have another 0-2. Premium pitchers count. The 0-2 is swung on and missed for strike 3. So the Shelby Whippets are going to win this one 5-1. They scored 3 in the first inning and never looked back. They gave up 1 in the second inning, but they continued to pile on. Shelby win this one 5-1. They're going to take on the winner of Sandusky Perkins in Ontario. We'll have the MVP coming up next.
Looking for your baseball or softball fix? Well, you've come to the right place. Join me every Wednesday night during the regular season for the best plays, conference updates, schedules, and so much more on the Roundup with me, Big League.
Visit the Ivory Bean Coffee House in downtown Shelby, where it's coffee by day with coffee flights, boba teas, and with over 25 sugar-free options, plus desserts, breakfast, lunch sandwiches, and now serving alcoholic beverages. On the Rocks Tapas by night with that big city experience but small town feel, featuring our premium filet steak cooked to perfection on a 700-degree volcanic stone. There's also ahi tuna steaks and grilled portobello mushroom as a vegetarian option. Enjoy the shareables, delicious homemade bread and butter boards, smoked drummies, and Mexican street corn. Check out our impressive bourbon collection. Featured drink is the Old Smoky. Bourbon lovers will appreciate the allocated high-end bourbon flights. We make many specialty drinks and cocktails, including Rockin' Raspberry and the Whiskey Mule. Reservations are optional. Just go to ontherockstapas.com. Book a private event for your staff or your family at the Ivory Bean Coffee House by day, on the Rocks by night, 44 East Main Street, downtown Shelby.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Tonight's game is brought to you live and free thanks to our wonderful sponsors on the Rocks Tapas. Stop in tonight after this game that just finished in downtown Shelby for live music featuring Blake Roberts and Macy Rawl. Also by Sutton Bank. Earn the cash reward of your choice for doing simple activities with Kasasa. Mohican Adventures. Enjoy the best there is in Ohio family vacationing at Mohican Adventures. We offer river trips, an aerial adventure park, mini golf, go-karts, as well as a full-service campground and cabin rentals. Got pests? Call the best with Carothers Pest Control. Charter Next Gen. Everyone is working for you and your interest. And Mohican Adventures. We will be right back with our MVP interview after this quick commercial break.
Looking for your baseball or softball fix? Well, you've come to the right place. Join me every Wednesday night during the regular season for the best plays, conference updates, schedules, and so much more on the Roundup with me, Big League.
Visit the Ivory Bean Coffee House in downtown Shelby, where it's coffee by day with coffee flights, boba teas, and with over 25 sugar-free options, plus desserts, breakfast, lunch sandwiches, and now serving alcoholic beverages. On the Rocks Tapas by night with that big city experience but small town feel, featuring our premium filet steak cooked to perfection on a 700-degree volcanic stone. There's also ahi tuna steaks and grilled portobello mushroom as a vegetarian option. Enjoy the shareables, delicious homemade bread and butter boards, smoked drummies, and Mexican street corn. Check out our impressive bourbon collection. Featured drink is the Old Smoky. Bourbon lovers will appreciate the allocated high-end bourbon flights. We make many specialty drinks and cocktails, including Rockin' Raspberry and the Whiskey Mule. Reservations are optional. Just go to ontherockstapas.com. Book a private event for your staff or your family at the Ivory Bean Coffee House by day, on the Rocks by night, 44 East Main Street, downtown Shelby.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
All right, we're back now with our Sutton Bank MVP. I've got Landon Kennard hanging out with me, the Shelby starting pitcher today. And, hey, you're a sectional champion winner off the bump. Let's start there and just the satisfaction going out there, getting the job done.
Yeah, it feels nice. It was a really good team, back from when we first played them compared to now. Big difference, they really did hit the crap out of the ball. And props to them. It's a really good team. So it was a good game.
How much more meaningful is it, the fact that you get to play a Richland County rival, a team you're familiar with, you see them year after year, and you get one more chance to get some bragging rights?
It feels nice. It shows our dominance in Richland County, and, we showed it today. So, yeah, it felt nice.
You guys have been the dominant team within the county. I think that's fair to say. And for you, pretty dominant from the hill. 7 strikeouts. Tell me about your stuff. What was working pretty well?
My curveball for sure. Yeah, that was nice. The fastball, they were all over it. Like I said, that team they were hitting the crap out of the ball. Lots of improvements from them. But the curveball was feeling nice, and I was hitting my spot, so it was good.
Pretty nice hit yourself. Had a RBI double, as I recall. Take me through that at bat and just how it feels when you leg one out and you see one of your boys score.
It felt really nice. Someone at third, I know I had to get that run in with a low score. I think it was like 2-0. Second inning maybe, I could be wrong. But first pitch I swung, it was way low. I just forgot about it, refreshed, and then second pitch, strike right down the middle, and I took that to left field and got a double out of that, so it felt nice.
You guys moving on to the district now. You're the number 3 seed. When you got to see the whole bracket and how it laid out, were you pretty happy with what you saw and what laid on the horizon in terms of just your guys' expectations?
Yeah, it was. We're on fire right now. We're doing really good compared from the beginning of the year to now. So it felt nice seeing that we had to play Madison in a little rematch. So it was nice.
Don't have a final score yet, but Ontario was up by a couple runs late in the game against Perkins. I think that'd be a big upset. So might get another fun inter-Richland County matchup. But would you be looking forward to that one, I imagine?
Oh, for sure.
All right, hey, last but not least, buddy, we got the shout-out here, as we always do on the OH Report, and I'm told your girlfriend Lauren's here in the house, and plus your mom. So if you only get to pick one, who are you going to shout out now?
Got to shout out my mom, of course. It's my mom.
Just past Mother's Day, you got to put some respect on it, right?
Got to.
All right, and if you want to give a shout-out to anybody else outside of those two, go for it.
Shout out to Grayson Heidner, shout out to Jacob Williams, shout out to Carson Garrett, and Max Hess. And yeah, that should be it.
All right, Landon Kennard, our MVP, brought to you by Sutton Bank. Big-time performance. Whippets moving on to the districts. We're going to take a break. We're going to be right back. We'll wrap things up here from Shelby.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Get on the right track with me, Hayden Gray, as I pass you the baton for local track and field meets, results, impact teams, athlete profiles, and more every Thursday this spring.
With me and fresh off of a win over Madison, moving on to the districts. What did you like about your team's performance collectively today?
I thought we competed at a really high level. Madison played a really good game, and they played a clean game, and the whole game was actually really crisp and clean. Really quality high school baseball game that we were part of. We were very fortunate to get on the scoreboard early. Going into the game, that was one thing we really focused on. We wanted to get the scoring going early in the game and try to get the lead early, then play downhill from there. But it was a really clean baseball game.
You've put together a program here that traditionally you're in these positions each and every year. What does it take to win 6 sectional championships over the last 9 seasons?
Really good players. That helps a lot. Really good quality players that are quality kids. Unbelievable assistant coaches. And one thing I'm really proud about for being here for 9 years is that we've had the same staff that whole time. When you have that type of cohesion, and the accountability starts from me all the way down, and they care. Our staff cares about our kids. They care that they get better at baseball. So just having that unity for so long has really helped.
And the community cares, too. This facility is unbelievable. This is my first time getting to take in a game here this season. If you can just explain to the folks at home, I mean, they just saw how nice is this place.
No, truly blessed. We are truly blessed at Shelby, and our baseball players know that. And we made it keenly aware to them that this place needs to be respected, because there's a lot of hard work and dedication that went into making this as nice as possible for Shelby athletes. So like I said, we are very blessed to have this type of facility, and we always just want to make the people that made this put together proud with our play.
Well, obviously you're going to get the winner of Perkins or Ontario. Looked like they were locked up in a tight one towards the end of that game, but just moving on into that round of districts at Fremont, where is your confidence level, and why are you at that particular level?
We've gotten better every day, and that's all we wanted to do. We had a particularly young team going into the season, but that excuse of that we're a young team is done now. We kind of used that earlier on in the year when we weren't playing exceptionally well. Now that we're playing at a high level, we want to continue to get better, and we know we're going to have a dogfight. Perkins, the district championship. Ontario, that's Ontario baseball. That's all you have to say. They're an unbelievable baseball school. So we know whoever we get Thursday, we're going to have the work cut out for us. But our kids will put the work in and try to get ready for it.
All right, John, congratulations on a sectional championship. And we always let the athletes do this, so you got any shout-outs you want to give to anybody for the win today?
My kids, Pippa, Major, and Camp, and then my wife, who allows me to coach this for so long. It's my 12th year, and with having 3 kids under the age of 7, she's an angel to let me continue to do this, and I can't thank her enough.
All right, John Amacombe, bless my angels. Thanks for the time, buddy. All right, throw it back up to Bryce.
Bryce Coder with the OH Report, coming to you live for the Mohican Adventures post-game show. Shelby Whippets picking up the win over Madison Rams 5-1 in 7 innings. Shelby's going to move to 17-7. They'll be taking on the winner of Sandusky Perkins in Ontario. That should be settling soon. Shelby 7 hits, 3 walks, 0 errors, 5 runs. Madison 8 hits, 1 walk, 1 error, 1 run. Shelby really establishing themselves early on in this ball game and just sort of never looked back from there. They got the 3 runs. They lost one of those runs in the second inning, but they later went on to pick up 2 more and comfortably are moving on to the next round here. This is the Division II Region 6 Fremont region. And they'll be moving on, playing the winner of Sandusky Perkins in Ontario. We'd like to take a second to thank our sponsors who allow us to be live and free always on the Rocks Tapas. Stop in tonight after the game in downtown Shelby for live music featuring Blake Roberts and Macy Rail. Sutton Bank, earn the cash reward of your choice for doing simple activities with Kasasa. Mohican Adventures, enjoy the best there is in Ohio family vacationing at Mohican Adventures. We offer river trips and aerial adventure park mini golf go-karts, as well as a full-service campground and cabin rentals. Carothers Pest Control, got pests? Call the best. Charter Next Gen, everyone is working for your best interests at Cess Credit Union, your local choice for all your financial needs. So taking a look quickly at the rest of this tournament bracket, the Division II Region 6 Fremont region. Clear Fork, the number 1 seed, is going to be taking on Belleville, and then Clyde is going to be taking on Lexington. The winner of that game is going to play on May 25th at Fremont Ross High School. Shelby and Madison just finished their game here. Shelby winning this one 5-1. So Shelby's going to move on playing the winner of Sandusky Perkins. That's going to happen on 5/25 as well at Fremont Ross. The final for this bracket, the regionals, is going to be on 5/27 at 12 p.m. also at Fremont Ross High School. I'd like to take a second to thank everyone that took part in this. I'd like to thank the man himself, Brian Skoronsky. We also have Keaton Cooper on camera and Adam Thompson as our producer. This is Bryce Coder. Thank you very much, and we will catch you next time.